I wanted to do one video that covers all of the reasons for physical depression. I'm not talking about something caused by the mind or a mental disorder. That's a completely different topic. I'm mainly talking about what can happen to your physical body that can cause depression. Okay, so this is the updated video on depression. All right, number one, if you have low omega-3 fatty acids. Now there are three main types of omega-3 fatty acids: ALA, and then EPA, I didn't put this in there, and then DHA. But DHA is the most important one as far as getting the active form of omega-3, especially relating to countering depression, because DHA does affect the mood. This fat right here, called alpha-linolenic acid, is mainly in plants, not in animals, but this is like a precursor to this one. The problem is it only converts at 5%. So if you're not consuming things to give you DHA directly, you might not have enough, or you're definitely not going to have enough because you're not going to get that much conversion. DHA mainly comes from fatty fish, like cod liver oil, things like that. It's also in eggs, it's in organ meats, things like that. And you can also, if you're a vegetarian, you can consume algae to get it. All right, so low omega-3 can create depression. Next one, low B12. One of the challenges with B12 is that B12 is mostly in animal products, eggs, seafood, definitely in liver, in meats, in dairy. However, I do know that certain microbes make B12. But what's interesting is I had my wheatgrass tested a while ago, and I found out that it had double the RDAs of B12, which is fascinating because wheatgrass does not make B12. So it was coming from the microbes growing within the product. So you potentially can get B12 from certain microbes. Okay, low vitamin D. Think about during the winter months when a lot of people get kind of the blues, winter blues. That's because of low vitamin D, because of a lack of sun. One point about vitamin D I would point out is that if you're on a low cholesterol diet, if you're taking a statin that's blocking cholesterol, if you have some type of problem that you can't produce enough cholesterol, you may not be able to make enough vitamin D because cholesterol is the precursor to make vitamin D. So the only reason I'm bringing that up is that if you're on a cholesterol medication and you're depressed, it could be because of that connection right there. Okay, next one is low vitamin B1, which is thiamine. Nutritional yeast is the best source. Organ meats have B1. Sunflower seeds have B1. What creates a B1 deficiency is refined sugars and grains, okay? The more carbohydrates someone consumes, the more B1 they need. So, in other words, high carbohydrate diets require twice the amount of B1. Okay, next one is high cortisol. That's a stress hormone produced by the adrenal glands. So if your stress is really high, you can get anxiety and eventually depression because it's going to affect your sleep. When you're really, really tired, you can get really depressed. And a lot of times people that are depressed are really just fatigued to the point where they feel depressed. But it's a physical fatigue, not even depression. So depression is kind of like a situation where you're apathetic. Like you have no motivation. You don't feel like doing anything. You don't care anymore. You're hopeless. But for cortisol, taking vitamin D will help. Sleeping more will help. Exercise will definitely help, especially if it's aerobic. Long walks, low stress, lots of oxygen can lower cortisol. I've done many videos on this as well. You can check them out. Next one, insulin resistance. Now this is one of the most common causes of depression right here, because what this is going to create is higher amounts of insulin that's going to lower your blood sugar. So you're going to end up with kind of low blood sugar situation, and you're going to feel very irritable, edgy, depressed, down, kind of like mentally sluggish. That's a really big symptom. So the solution for this is healthy keto and intermittent fasting. Not more carbs, less carbs. I put a link down below to really understand this and teach you what to eat to resolve this right here. All right, there you have it. This is an updated video on the causes of depression. Hey, if you're liking this content, please subscribe now and I will actually keep you updated on future videos.